Hey, you stupid banana brains. Mush. So I have a message for you and it's very important. The message is, if you're watching this video right now, click off. Turn it off. Do not press the like button. Do not hit the subscribe button, because all that you're gonna watch on this channel is a bunch of misinformation about me. I'm gonna take his opposable thumbs and rip them off and shove them down his banana eater. You're either on my side or his side. You need to decide right now.
So earlier this week, we told you about Ken Griffin's $20 million donation to the campaign of Republican gubernatorial candidate Richard Irvin. In a statement, Irvin said that he appreciates Griffin's support. Releasing his own statement, the Citadel founder said, quote, "I firmly believe Richard Irvin has the character and leadership needed to make Illinois a place where people can feel safe to live, raise a family, and pursue their dreams." In his only interview on the subject, Griffin sat down with the Better Government Association's president, David Greising, and David joins us this morning with more on that conversation. So David, nice to have you. And I just want to start off with, Griffin looked at this, and it's making a lot of us sit up and pay attention to the gubernatorial race too. How did he select Mayor Irvin to be his candidate and to donate that money?
Well, he interviewed apparently about 5 people. He wouldn't say exactly how many, but he and his team took a careful look at their backgrounds in politics or private industry, as well as what they've said about some of their issues. And I think that Richard Irvin's track record on crime and on economic development and a fiscal austerity for the Aurora city budget were 3 elements that played a factor in Ken Griffin's decision.
Yeah, so we're talking about $20 million. That is quite a lot of money. But how does that compare to Governor Pritzker and the millions that we're going to see in this race, period?
There will be many millions more, no doubt. Governor Pritzker already has put in about $125 million, $90 million very recently. Ken Griffin wouldn't say what his cap is for this race, but there's a lot of talk out there about each side spending $300 million. That's Governor Pritzker financing that pretty much exclusively with his own money, and Ken Griffin then putting in that amount out of his resources.
Right. So this is interesting because we're talking about money. We're talking about dollar signs, donations. When you have billionaires and a lot of money involved, how is that for our state ultimately when we have issues like a pension crisis and budgeting and that sort of thing that are serious items on the agenda?
Well, nobody pretends that letting billionaires basically duel each other for elected office is a good thing. But in Illinois, at least we have 2 billionaires who have really fundamental differences in policy, and they're engaged in a pretty substantive debate about the future of our state. And so it's not ideal. This is not the way the civics textbooks write it, but we at least have a substantive debate. We saw that with the graduated income tax battle that the 2 of them engaged in, and then ultimately Ken Griffin, the Citadel founder, won. That's the state of affairs in Illinois right now. There's no escaping it.
Let's go ahead and talk about the Republican primary. What does this mean for the Republican side and then the general election overall?
Right. For the Republican primary on June 28th, this puts Irvin in the front pretty much. One other contender, Darren Bailey, the state senator downstate, received $1 million commitment from Richard Uihlein, another billionaire in Illinois. And so it looks as if there will be some money kind of aggregating around Bailey. Irvin is relatively moderate compared to some of those he's running against, and it won't be that simple for him to get out of the primary. If he does, then it's Pritzker versus Irvin or the other winner of the Republican, or any winner of the Republican primary, and that's going to be a significant battle regardless of who emerges out of the Republican contest.
All right, Illinois politics, always interesting all the time. David, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, of course, we're following the latest developments on the governor's race. In the meantime, head on over to our website for the full story, along with the PGA's analysis there, too, abc7chicago.com. And